After spending a few weeks in Melbourne and getting some money together, I decided it was time to leave and explore the Australian outback. That, and because the house I was living in was set to be demolished in a few days. After hooking up with a tour called Groovy Grape, our first stop was at a conservation area to take a look at some old Aboriginal cave teachings. Our guide, Adam Wright, explains.
That charcoal stuff doesn't have as long a life. I'd say these paintings here are around 65 to 90 years old. And like I said, it's not artwork, so they'll paint over that. This will be used as a constant blackboard and they'll just keep going over it, or they'll use the same symbols. But I can't sit here, and not any Aboriginal person could sit here and tell you exactly what's written there, unless they were here. It's all very interpretive. You've got to be there to really understand the lesson. But who was taught here were young initiated men. They would have been taught by older men, and this would have been about hunting.
We ran into quite a few unique sights driving through the desert, but nothing quite prepared me for the Australian theorist and artist we would visit next. He is known simply as Talc Alf.
Now, names of the country are fascinating too. If you look at the name of a country like Australia, if this is Africa there, and this is Australia roughly here, if you were leaving Cape Town 400 years ago, you'd be going east, wouldn't you, not south. And the Greek fellow who named Australia, Terras Australis, had a prediction, because A used gold, S for the sun, and in those days they thought the sun go from one horizon to the other, so east to west, so you got golden sun rise. Ost is east.
Austria.
Yeah, Austria is east also, east of Europe. But if you spell it like Austria, so OST, it's the same thing. But AU makes it the golden sunrise. A bit more poetic. So anyway, you put the Egyptian Ra for the sun Ra. So Ostra means east toward the golden sun, where the land is. And that's how Australia got named. Australis, east toward the golden sun, where the land is. Isn't it beautiful?
We're heading to William Creek is our destination, which is the smallest town in Australia. Population of about 5 people, 6 when it's busy. And we're going to go there. It's pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Nice memorabilia in the pub. You might even see someone you know on the wall in terms of their ID, driver's license, perhaps their underwear even. So that's our destination.
You gotta tell us where we are.
We are in, what's the place, the name of this place?
Nobody knows.
Oh yeah, Williams Creek.
Williams Creek.
And we're now at the bar from Williams Creek.
How many people are in Williams Creek?
6 till 10.
6 to 10 people live here.
And now I'm gonna do a copy of my driver's license.
Okay, man. Go for it.
Okay.
There you go, man.
It's on the wall.
It's there for good. Now everyone will know.
William Creek is like creek. That's this pub is like it reminds me about the 18th century. It's funny, this place.
It's an excellent, best place in Australia, William Creek.
Well, it's really early in the morning. I was just awakened by the sound of a bunch of crazy cockatoos. There's probably about 1 million of them flying overhead. So I figure might as well stay up now. But sleeping in these swags was really cool. It's a new experience for me. You know, getting back to nature, sleeping right on the ground. That's the way it should be. But I'm gonna go make some coffee.
Australia's opal mining capital is a little place in the middle of the outback. People here live in carved-out rocks underground to escape the high temperatures. It was named when Aboriginals first noticed this and referred to it as Cooper Pedy, which actually means white man's burrows. Well, the interesting thing I found about Cooper Pedy is about 3/4 of the population has dynamite licenses. So it makes for a pretty interesting scenario. A lot of high-tempered people here trying to strike it rich, and when they don't, you can imagine some crazy things go on. The past 10 years, the police station's been blown up 3 times. But yeah, being a gambler, it's a pretty cool place, and the thought has crossed my mind maybe I should stay here and try my luck at mining.
We're going north
Two.
to near Ayers Rock.
There's rock, right?
That's where we will see the rock and all the people climbing the rock.
Cool. Are you gonna climb it?
I don't know. Would you?
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna respect the Aboriginals.
Me too. I'm gonna respect the Aboriginals.
Okay. You just decide that now. That. Okay.
I'm gonna do whatever you do.
Okay.
We finally arrived at Ayers Rock, which is also known as Uluru. Although Aboriginals are opposed to people climbing the rock because of spiritual beliefs, 58 deaths have still occurred while hiking it. Aboriginals refer to climbers as Minga mob, and it's easy to get the joke if you stand back and watch them, since Minga means ant. Uluru is known for its many shades of red and orange as the sun goes down, so we gathered with some of the hundreds of tourists who flock here each night to watch this amazing spectacle. This is a 25-minute time-lapse shot of Uluru as the sun goes down.
We don't know much about the Olgas, but what we do know is that we must approach from the west. It's actually a more spiritual place than Ayers Rock is. They carry out some very sacred rituals. I think the reason why we must come from the west is because part of some of those sites are in the east, and we also it's also a conglomerate here, as opposed to a monolith, which is what Ayers Rock is. Ayers Rock is a singular rock, that's what monolith is. Conglomerate is a number of rocks. Ayers Rock is actually the second largest conglomerate in the world. Mount Augustus in Western Australia is the largest, and the Olgas is one of the largest conglomerates in the world. These rocks are a lot bigger underground than what they are above ground. What the most common analogy is that about 1/3 above, 2/3 below is what most people do tend to believe, but it could be up to 1/5 above and 4/5 below.